So a couple of days ago, we built this macOS inspired portfolio with Google's anti-gravity using Gemini 3 Pro. Right. Now, a couple of days back as well, I was trying to through the year, I wanted to change my portfolio. So in a way, I wanted to use this one officially as my portfolio. However, when I tried really looking into it, a couple of things were not working. So this is it, right? If you say in the Safari here, which is containing our resume, and then you try to download it over here, it's not working. It doesn't work. And then as well, when you try to close any of the windows here, it just doesn't work. You can only minimize and then maximize. So a lot of issues were inside this. Say if you open the photos and you try to in a picture here, it just doesn't work. You get me? So to get this up to standard, because I'll be using this officially, I had to stress test it and then as well try to improve every aspect I can. Now, for the most part, a lot of times when I'm writing my code, I use AI. As you guys already are aware, I even build software, whether for commercial use or giving it away for free. I resort to using AI more than half the time, especially because I want to save time and I also want to maximize my output. Now, if this is to be satisfied, then if I'm going to write all of my code using AI, and then more than half the time I spend all of the time that I was looking to save in the test phase, trying to test the application, trying to make sure everything works, then quite literally, I am only going around in circle. So that comes the point of this video for today. Today I'm showing you to TestSprite. TestSprite is basically an MCP server that has a lot of tools that is completely for testing. So it is specifically for testing purposes. It can test your entire code base, whether front end or back end, and then it makes sure it gives you all of the edge cases. It writes tests for a lot of tests for testing your application in depthly. So you could have, and it will also document the ones that passed, the ones that failed, every single thing, leaving nothing out, and even recommends fixes for you. So if you don't know what an MCP is, I'll be covering that in a second, but I want you guys to understand this. You just come up on here like this, and then you can just click on either here, try MCP free, or try this MCP free. And the way that it works is it integrates inside your IDE. So whether Windsurf or Cursor or any other IDE that supports MCPs. So as you guys are already aware, I like to work specifically with Windsurf because I don't know what else to use here. I think it's one of the best things out there. So I'm going to show you how you're going to integrate this inside your OneServe or Cursor or any other IDE that actually uses MCP. So I'm logging into my account over here, right? So for every account, you get 150 free credits, right? So get 150 free tests to run. So you just come and then you click test locally with this over here, and then you just click quick install. Now here, you click add to Cursor, it just automatically opens your Cursor, and all you have to do is create API key over here, create an API key over here, and paste it inside Cursor. But I'm going to show you how I get it integrated into Windsurf and then start with a demonstration of it. So you click quick install here, and you go to the IDs. So you can see Cloud Code is over here as well. So you just copy the code here like this, and maybe click it. Open Windsurf. I don't know why it's failing to open, but it's going to get opened anyway. So we just open here and then type CMD like this. And then, so that's basically how I get my projects open in Windsurf. Let me close this. Right. So you can see this is the project that I just showed you, the macOS portfolio, right? Now, I'm going to show you how to integrate the MCP inside your Windsurf. As this is loading, let me just brief you on what an MCP is. So imagine how, say, you have an iPhone, right? You understand how Siri works. So for instance, you can ask Siri to book a reminder or create an alarm or call your girlfriend or your mom, right? But you cannot explicitly ask Siri to say send a message to someone, right? So that is the point of an MCP server. So it gives you extra things to do. Say you call somebody, you ask Siri, hey Siri, call my mom, and then Siri calls your mother. Eventually, when the call goes to voicemail, Siri cannot take over from there. It just ends at that point. It just puts the call through and then it ends there, right? But for an MCP server, what it can help you enhance the abilities of Siri is that it could give you the functionality like, say, if it goes to voicemail, leave the specific message, right? So that's what an MCP is. It basically enhances the potential of any AI agent. So it works just like an API, but an API basically is a manual way of configuring. So like a human uses an API, and then a coding agent uses MCPs. I hope that understanding is clear. If it isn't, I'll be sure to create a more in-depth tutorial on this later on this channel, right? So let me just show you how I get it integrated into Windsurf. So Windsurf is booted up, and right at the top here, you can see MCP Sprite. Click on it, and you click this little toolkit gear icon. Right? As you have seen, I have 0 MCPs. So once you copy it, you can just paste it over here like this. And as you're seeing, we have a argument here. It is TestSprite, which runs with npx. Now, you just need to create an API key and then replace this over here. So like I had showed you earlier on, just come down here like this, API keys, and you create a new one. So just name it, say, TestSprite, and click on create. And once you get a secret key here, which is the API key, you can just copy it, close it, and then just simply paste it over here. Right? You can just simply save it. And once you save it, you're going to see, you're seeing over here like this, and finally it boots up 7 tools. So TestSprite uses 7 major tools. I'm sure if you're watching this at a later time in the future, probably going to update this to maybe, I don't know, it's definitely going to be an update later on. Once you have it in there like that, the only thing you do at this point is just type test this project. It's TestSprite. And now you can use any AI model, specifically ones that can reason and think things through. I'm using Claude Haiku 4.5 just to show you that can work on any other model. Primarily, you might want to use maybe Claude 4.5 or Gemini 3 or any other thing you'd want. But I'm using Claude Haiku 4.5. Now, that is to say that I'm using Windsurf free, right? Hold on a minute. I'm using Windsurf free, so it gives me 25 prompts. Now, once you run this, it automatically calls an MCP tool, bootstrap to your test, and it calls another one which generates the test front-end plan. Now you are setting up what the plan is going to be. So it will boot up something like this inside your browser where you can select whether to test the backend or the front end of your application, right? And you could also specify if you want maybe a single code or the entire code base. So for this tutorial, I'm going to put a front end and then select the entire code base. And as well, if your code base or your application that you are creating requires that you create an account or password, you have to provide your username and as well a password so that the TestSprite MCP tools can be able to access your account and then give you the code, the specific context-based test, right? So as you're seeing over here, it also requires that you set up your port and then a path if possible, right? So as you are seeing, I've already launched my project, right? I've already started it. Did I? Let me just start it here. I did not. So I'm going to start it, then npm run like this. As you are seeing, it gives you that link to follow. Then when you click it, it just opens the project. So this is the project that we are working on, right? So here you have to upload a couple of things here. So give it the port, which is 5173 over here, right? And then from there, you can just upload on your PRD or any information that guides application process, dot process. So this is the folio that we are using. I'm going to just input my README file because why not? So once you do that, you just continue on from there, and then the page closes. It says successful. Click it and it closes. So from there, the MCP keeps hand in hand communicating with communicating with your AI agent. So it speaks with your AI agent and it runs an iteration, and then it communicates back with your AI agent. So hand in hand till the entire project is done. So as you're seeing, it's generated a couple of things here. For instance, as you are seeing here in its own folder. So it keeps your code base clean as well without interrupting any other things. So as you're seeing, this is the file that we just uploaded, the README file, in its own directory. You can see it's creating a couple of things down here. Now at this point, you just wait. Now it begins to create. Yes, so this is the code summary of everything that it's supposed to do. And this is eventually going to generate the front end testing scripts and then test it as well and then show you and then give you a summary of everything along the way. Right, so at this point, to start generating the test, and as you're seeing, it runs the test and executes them. So let me show you one more thing. So in case you're wondering how to get all of the tests, right, you just come here, MCP tests, then you're going to see them over here, right? So at the moment, it just generated the test, and as you're seeing, all of them are the type of front end. We are currently in progress. So as soon as it is done, we are going to check back again, and then we're going to view them and see how well it was able to do. Beautiful. So the tests are finally completed. Now it reports back to the AI agents, which is in this case Claude IQ 4.5, and it continues on from there, and then it gives the report. Eventually, it's up in this directory. So as you can see, these are the tests that were run, and it shows you every single thing, right? And as well, gives you a report. So in a minute, once this is done, I'm going to show you everything that is inside the report. And as well, I'm going to show you what is on the dashboard, which is on the TestSprite dashboard. And we're going to look into the errors there to make sure that it's actually errors that are specific to our code base and not just picking up any random thing. And one more thing to note here is throughout this entire process, it gave a timeline that was going to take about 15 minutes to complete, right? This is one more important thing to note because it wasn't rushing through the process like lots of these AI agents that just go into complete hallucination without actually taking their time to analyze things. So here it takes its time, analyzes things, and then produces results that are necessary to your code base and even to you. So before you push this to your repository or even ship it out to production for people to use, you would have it ready because it would have been stress tested with all of the necessary tests that needs to be done. Right. So it just generated the report for us. So this is the report. Let me just close this over here and then close this as well. Now let me open this with a markdown preview. So let me close this side. So this is the entire documentation. Now it talks about the desktop UI rendering and layout. Right? And it talks about responsive layout verification. This is true as well. The UI animation and transition testing talks about a couple of things that failed. Right? So from this point on, you're going to see some of the things that fail. The window drag functionality. This is absolutely true. I'm going to show you in a minute. No, let me just show you right now. So you come on here and open a window. It's very difficult to drag from anywhere else, as you are seeing. It's very difficult unless you are dragging from this point. If this gets embedded inside the navbar, it's near impossible to pull it back down, as you are seeing. So I am clicking and trying to pull, but it's not working. So the result it gave us was actually true. It talks about the window control buttons functionality, everything. Now, one more thing that I really like is at the end of it all, it gives you like a table where you can visualize everything that it did, right? So it tells you the total test performed in terms of UI, rendering, and layout. It did three, and none failed, right? And it talks about the window management and dragging. Absolutely all of them failed. It talks about the dock. I mean, you get everything that you possibly could have asked for, right? And once you are done fixing, let me show you the dashboard as well. So when you come over to the dashboard here, and let me just simply refresh, right? So it gives you which passed and which failed, like you're seeing over here. So in case you want to inspect the ones that failed, just open it like I'm in it. It gives you the description over here, tells you the error, right? Right? Then it gives you a video preview of it as well. So you can just, let me just open it in full mode. As you're seeing, so everything it talks about, it gives you a video preview and as well the code where exactly it failed. So all of this data gets passed back into Windsurf, the AI agent that you're using. So I'm not going to use Claude Haiku. I just wanted to demonstrate that even on lower models, it's able to work as effective, right? So you just see how many prompt credits he used out of the 150. So in this instance, they also are very generous with their plans as well. So the billing plan for right now, I'm using the free, which is 150 free credits. And once you're done with it, you could just simply upgrade on to this one. It costs entirely zero for the first month. So after the first month, it just goes to $19 a month, which is very generous. This is very generous. Like right now, you're going to be seeing a lot of this on this channel because I can't imagine any MCP better than this for testing. And to be completely honest with you, they are one of the top 10 AI 2025 on Product Hunt. So test it out and let me know what you guys think.